Rumble! Sparkles, the baby dragon, opened his shiny eyes and saw one little light still moving in the dark. Have you ever wondered why a tiny helper keeps working when the whole sky is ready for sleep? His round cheeks glowed silver. He listened. Rumble, scoop, pat. If Sparkles, the baby dragon, makes you smile, tap subscribe and come along for more cozy little adventures. Outside the dragon cave, the stars were already blinking slow, slow, slow. But far away, beyond the whispering grass, a tiny sound kept wiggling through the moonlight. Rumble, scoop, pat. That does not sound sleepy at all, said Sparkles, the baby dragon. A line of fireflies floated ahead, as if they knew where he should go. What do you think Sparkles, the baby dragon, will find? He whispered. At the edge of the meadow, Twinkle the unicorn peeked out from behind a lavender bush. Nibbles the bunny popped up beside a stone. Bubbles the bluebird fluttered down onto Sparkles' head. I heard it too, said Twinkle the unicorn. I tried 3 big yawns at it, said Nibbles the bunny. It is still going. I saw silver sand flying near Moonbeam Hill, chirped Bubbles the bluebird. Then let's go see, said Sparkles the baby dragon. They tiptoed through the moon garden. Rumble, scoop, pat. When they reached Moonbeam Hill, they stopped. There, under the silver sky, was the tiniest excavator any of them had ever seen. It was no bigger than cute Forest Bear's picnic basket. Its little scoop sparkled like a moon spoon. Its wheels were dusted with pale glowing sand. Its front light blinked on, then off, then on again, like a sleepy eye trying very hard to stay open. The little excavator scooped a gentle pile of moon sand. Rumble, scoop, pat. It pushed the moon sand into a tiny hill. Pat, pat. Then it scooped another little pile. Rumble, scoop, pat. Oh, whispered Sparkles the baby dragon. It looks so tired. Have you ever been sleepy, but still felt like you had one more thing to do? The little excavator gave a tiny hum and kept going. But now, Sparkles saw something else. Every time the scoop lifted moon sand, a floating silver note twinkled out of the bucket and drifted upward. One note, then another, then another. They are singing, whispered Twinkle the unicorn. Sparkles, the baby dragon, stepped closer very slowly. Hello, little excavator. Are you making something important? The excavator froze. Its scoop lowered. Its little engine gave the smallest, saddest hum. I am trying to finish the dream hill before the last star yawns, it said. Every night I scoop moon sand into a cozy hill, so wandering dreams can land somewhere soft. But tonight my song will not finish. And if my song does not finish, I do not know how to rest. Why won't your song finish? Asked Sparkles. Usually each scoop makes a perfect note, said the excavator. But tonight the notes are floating away in the wrong order. I have yawn notes and cuddle notes and hush notes all mixed up. Above the hill, the silver notes bobbed and swirled like sleepy fireflies that had forgotten where home was. Maybe the song does not need more scoops, said Twinkle the unicorn. Maybe it needs listening, said Nibbles the bunny. The excavator's light flickered. Listening? Sparkles nodded. Sometimes when my blanket feels twisty, Mama Dragon smooths one corner at a time. Papa Dragon always said, even helpers need help. What if we listen to your moon sand song one little scoop at a time? Asked Sparkles the baby dragon. The excavator looked hopeful for one tiny moment, then worried again. But what if the last star yawns before we finish? Bubbles the bluebird fluttered up and peeked at the sky. The last star is still very awake. I think it is waiting for you. Let's try, said Sparkles the baby dragon. So the friends sat around the dream hill, the moonlight wrapped around them like a silver blanket. Take one scoop, said Sparkles. The excavator lifted a tiny bucket of moon sand. Rumble, scoop. A note floated up. That sounds like a yawn, said Sparkles. Again, whispered Twinkle the unicorn. Rumble, scoop. That sounds like a cuddle, said Nibbles the bunny. Again, rumble, scoop. That one sounds like a star blink, chirped Bubbles the bluebird. Again, rumble, scoop. That sounds like a blanket settling, said Sparkles the baby dragon. Soon they had a little string of moon sand notes over the hill. Yawn, cuddle, star blink, blanket. The excavator looked up. They are starting to find each other. Then a breeze tiptoed across Moonbeam Hill. Whoosh! The silver notes wobbled. One spun left, one bounced right, one floated upside down. The little excavator's scoop shook. No, no, no. They are drifting apart again. Its engine started to rumble faster. Wait, said Sparkles the baby dragon, reaching out one tiny paw. Do not hurry. But I have to finish, cried the excavator. I have to scoop faster. I have to build higher. I have to... Its little scoop bumped the hill. Poof! Moon sand burst into the air like a sleepy silver cloud. The notes scattered everywhere. One landed in Nibbles the bunny's ears. One twirled around Twinkle the unicorn's horn. One bobbed on Bubbles the bluebird's beak. One plopped gently right on Sparkles the baby dragon's nose. Sparkles crossed his eyes to look at it and let out the tiniest giggle. The excavator's light dimmed. I spoiled it. I think I am the messiest little excavator in the whole Moon Meadow. Just then, cute Forest Bear waddled up with Woodland Bunny and a sleepy honey lantern. Messy is not the end of a cozy thing, said cute Forest Bear kindly. Messy is often the middle. We followed the glowing notes, said Woodland Bunny. They led us here. The note on Sparkle's nose gave one tiny hum. Then the note on Twinkle the unicorn's horn answered. Then the note in Nibbles the bunny's ears answered too. The scattered notes shimmered in a new shape. Not a line, a circle. A soft, glowing circle around the little excavator. That is it, cried Sparkles the baby dragon. The song was never trying to stand in a straight row, said Twinkle the unicorn. It wanted to curl into a nest. A dream nest, whispered Woodland Bunny. Sparkles nodded eagerly. Yes, your dream hill is not only a hill, it is a cozy landing nest for wandering dreams. That is why the notes kept curving. The excavator looked at the circle, then at its scoop. One last scoop, into the middle. Together, said Sparkles the baby dragon. The excavator took the gentlest scoop of moon sand yet. Rumble, scoop. Hush. Sparkles, the baby dragon, breathed a tiny warm sparkle over it. Twinkle, the unicorn, touched it with one shimmer from her horn. Nibbles, the bunny, patted the edge with fluffy paws. Bubbles, the bluebird, sang one peep-soft note. Woodland Bunny tucked Clover near the bottom. Cute Forest Bear held the honey lantern still and golden. The scoop tipped. The moon sand slipped into the center of the glowing circle. And then it happened. The whole dream hill rose very softly, like a sleepy chest taking one calm breath. The circle of notes melted into the hill. The hill melted into a nest. The nest melted into a glowing cradle of silver sand and warm light. Above it, tiny dream dots appeared like floating marshmallow stars. They drifted down one by one and nestled into the dream cradle with happy little sighs. The song was complete. Would you like to hear the finished song? Asked Sparkles the baby dragon. Oh yes, please, whispered the little excavator. So Sparkles the baby dragon sang first in a hushy little tune. Scoop the sand and pat it deep. Make a hill for dreams to sleep. Twinkle the unicorn added, silver stars and moonbeams slow to the cozy dream nest go. Nibbles the bunny swayed and sang, cuddle close and do not peep, little wheels, it's time to sleep. Cute Forest Bear rumbled the last line like the gentlest drum. Rest is part of every lovely thing we make with love. The little excavator listened. Its scoop lowered, its wheels stilled, its tiny engine softened from rumble to hum, from hum to mmm. Then, very slowly, it rolled into the glowing dream cradle and tucked its scoop beside itself like a sleepy paw. Now I understand, it whispered. The dream hill did not need more work. It needed the right shape, and a song, and friends. And now? Asked Sparkles the baby dragon. And now, said the little excavator with the happiest sleepy sigh, I can rest. The last star above Moonbeam Hill gave one twinkle, one long yawn, and then glowed nice and calm. Mama Dragon and Papa Dragon, watching from the path, smiled at each other. Mama Dragon spread a little cloud blanket over Sparkles' shoulders. Papa Dragon gave him a warm forehead kiss. If you could choose, Sparkles the baby dragon whispered to the viewer, what color would your dream sand be tonight? Silver, gold, blue, or lavender? Tell us in the comments. Twinkle the unicorn curled near the dream hill. Nibbles the bunny flopped into the clover. Bubbles the bluebird tucked her head under one wing. Woodland Bunny leaned against Cute Forest Bear's fluffy side, And Sparkles the baby dragon looked up at the moon until his eyelids grew heavy. Moonbeam Hill was quiet now. No more busy scoops, no more worried rumbling, only a soft finished song floating through the stars. Scoop the sand and pat it deep, make a hill for dreams to sleep. And somewhere in the middle of that silver hush, the tiniest excavator smiled in its sleep. Did you enjoy the adventure? Tap like and subscribe. Oh no, what happens next? Tap the next video. Trust me, this one's magical.